Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about scope of HRM, Module 1, Session 3. In previous class, we do understand about the meaning and definition of personal management and difference between the HRM and PM. Today's learning objective is to know about the scope of HRM and as well as how the scope of HRM impact on the other disciplines. The outcome of this session is to summarize the scope of HRM with respect to the change in the environment, that is organizational environment, and understand about the prominence of other disciplines which may support HRM in the organization. We start with our introduction to the scope of HRM. As we know that HRM means human resource means a group of people who are work together or who are come together to achieve a company's objectives. It is a process of acquiring, training, appraising, compensating the employees and attending to their labor relations, health and safety, and the fairness concerned in the organizations. According to the M.L. Cumming, he defines HRM is concerned with obtaining the best possible staff for the organization, and having got them, looking after them so that they want to stay and give their best to their jobs. HRM concerned with human beings at work. As I already told you that human beings at work, how the employees are behaving, are working in the organization. It basically concerned with the recruitment, retaining and retirement of the manpower, and therefore takes care of manpower from the recruitment to retirement. It is a cycle it is a circle where it will mainly concern with the recruitment to the retirement of an employee for the organization. How a company starts its activity, starts from recruitment and ends with an retirement. Again, it starts from recruitment to the retirement. This is the cycle or a circle where an organizer need to focus on. That is why it is said that HRM takes care of employees from womb to tomb. Womb to tomb is nothing but here ಗರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಮಗುವಿನಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಅವರ ಸಾವಿನ ಸಮಾಧಿಯವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ತಾಯಿ ತನ್ನ ಗರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಮಗುವಿನ ಆರೈಕೆಗಾಗಿ ಯಾವೆಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯ ಮುನ್ನೆಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾಳೋ ಆಗಿನಿಂದ ಅವರು ತಮ್ಮ ಅಸ್ತಿತ್ವವನ್ನ ಕಳೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳೋವರೆಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ HRM ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯೀಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ womb to tomb. ಅಂದ್ರೆ it starts from recruitment to the retirement. We can say it as HRM utilizes other resources for effective designing and implementation of various policies, procedures and programs. And then the scope of HRM is very vast. HRM is not limited to the activities concerning the employment and retention of the people. It has a wide area of coverage which starts from forecasting and vision exercise for HR demands of the organization till exists the personnel, including the activities during the intervening the progress. The scope of HRM, the term HRM is called several names such as personal management, employee relations, manpower management, industrial relations, labor management, and human capital management, and speaks for the fact that the scope of HRM is very wide. These are all some names which were synonymally used for HRM, that is personal management, employee relations, manpower management, industrial relations, labor management, and human capital. The scope of HRM we can understand by the These some points, that is the scope of HRM. It includes the 3 P's of organization: information technology, IT, strategic management, competency development, total quality management, performance management, leadership, change management, other organizational phenomena such as economic boom or recession. We will understand by one, that is HRM and 3 P's. That is 3 P's, 3 pillars of HRM are termed as 3 P's, that is people, process and performance. These are the 3 pillars of HRM: people, process and performance, where people are very essential to maintain the processes which were there in the organization. That maintenance of processes will lead to how an employee is performing in the organization. These 3 are the main pillars where we need to take care of selecting the correct employee for the right work. Then it will lead to effective process following, and then that may again it leads to an effective performance in the organization. Then we have HRM and IT. Here, management information system has 4 levels, that is office automation system, transaction processing system, that is management information system, and decision support system. These are all some important automatic systems where an organization need to have in their organization. Then we have HRM and strategic management. Strategy is nothing but a future plan of action, where strategic management is a process by which organization formulates its strategies and implement in the organization. This organization where strategic management encompasses the study of internal and external environments with a view to unearth and access the relevant threats and opportunities in the organization. And HRM and competence enhancement. Competencies refers to the managerial characteristics which are demonstrated and observable, though these leads to effective and superior performance in the organization. Core competence is a bundle of skills and technologies that represents the enduring strength of a company and cannot be easily copied. These are all in the nature of rare and unique in nature. HRM and TQM, that is total quality management. Total quality management is a systematic customer focused approach that is aimed at continuous performance improvement in the organization, and it is a philosophy and a set of guiding principles which represents the foundation for continuously improving the organization through employee involvement. Then HRM and performance management. The performance concern the behavior directed towards to achieving an organization's mission and business goals and manufacturing the products or services resulting from it. It refers to only that behavior which is related to the production of goods or services, maintaining in qualitative requirements. And HRM and leadership development. In an organization, there are administrators, managers, and leaders who perform various roles. Among them, leaders are usually the ones who excel, apply creativity, set trends, push benchmarks, engage in boundary management, extend vision, effectively network, and are proactive. They need to be proactive, build culture in the organization. They need to follow the mentors, followers, extend helping hands, multiply the concept of power, and empower the followers. These are all the qualities of a leader where he need to take a lead in the organization. And HRM and the change management. Business scenarios have been changing continuously due to multiple reasons, such as changes in social, economic, and cultural settings. There are a number of similar factors that affect the organization and compel them to anticipate the changes and implement relevant actions to cope with them, survive, and grow. HRM during the other organizational phenomena. The millennium has witnessed as an acute economic recession that business situation has observed as an economic boom as well. HRM during economic recession and HRM during the economic boom. These are all these two situations in the time of recession. As of now, we are in that economic recession. It is because of COVID-19. We can't predict the future, or we can't maintain the present situation. In that situation, economic of all the world, it is facing the recession in an economic GDP of every country. To summarize this session, here HRM in personal management, this broadly divided into, the scope of HRM can be broadly divided into three. Sorry. HRM in personal management, the objective here is to ensure the individual growth of each employee, which is indirectly contributes to the overall growth of entire organization. The HRM in employee welfare. This aspect of HRM is concerned with the working conditions and the amenities at the workplace. It makes the environment worth working by eliminating the workplace hazards, providing job safety, medical and health services, etc. HRM in industrial relations. The main aim of this aspect is to maintain peace and harmony in the organization. It requires the effective interaction with the labor and employee unions, sensitively addressing their grievance and settling their disputes. These are all some references. Here are some assignment. What are the three pillars of HRM? People, process or performance. People, process or plant. Product, process or performance. Public, plant or performance. That is A, people, process and performance. What is DSS? Decision supply system, decision support system, a direct supply system, or decision similar system. It is B, decision support system. Expand OAS, that is Office Auto System or Office Autocratic System or Office Automation System or Office Automation Science, that is Office Automation System. Expand TQM, is it total quality management, total quantity management, total Tata quantity management, Tata quality management, or total quotation management? It is total quality management, that is option B. What is KRAs? Key result areas, key reason areas, key real areas, key resolution areas. It is key result areas. Okay, this is about the scope of HRM. We do meet in the